Welcome to the first episode here of this new franchise series on my channel where we will be altering history itself. We will be taking the worst team in the 2023 season, the Carolina Panthers, and we'll be trying to change history and make them not be the worst team in the league, maybe even punch into the playoffs or just get a respectable league position in this first year of the first overall pick, Bryce Young. Just to get the basic parameters set with you guys, the league settings, for those that are interested, I've got the all Madden skill level setting simulation, of course, 4 minutes as always. It just is a good length to really get these episodes done here. The team settings, I'm doing everything manually except for scouting college players. I just hate the mechanics of doing that, so that's just not really fun in my opinion, which is why I'm not taking care of that. Apart from that, you can see all of the things I have enabled here or disabled, something like the practice squad stealing, for instance. I like using that like a talent pool. Trade difficulty is hard, free agent motivation impact is high. Why? Well, quite simply because this team is a team that nobody will want to join, of course. And then we've got the staff talent cost modifier. I set that to fast, otherwise it's just really super slow. We need to get maybe work with the staff improvements here to get this team on track. Apart from that, everything is set to the base settings. I didn't change a lot of things here. The only thing that I did change here is the minimum roster size. It's off because if I really want to cut down players hard, I want to have no restrictions here. And the filled roster option is turned off as well. I want to do that myself. Apart from that, which sliders am I using? How are the sliders set? Well, the XP sliders, for instance, I'm just going to show you that real quick as well. The progression XP rate is set to a 100% base. I'm not changing that. The progression XP rate, that is changed, all right? I think a 20-year-old will learn at the fastest rate. Then it goes down to 23 years. These are the years where you still learn a lot. And then we've got these years 25, 24, 25, 26, 27. In these 3 years, I think you kind of hone the skills. You still learn stuff, but you don't really make huge progression anymore. Then you've got a clear base standard set along these years up to 30, and after 30 I don't think that you really learn a lot, which is why I set this to 50. The regression rate, this is where things get spicy because I did tone that down for the quarterbacks. I don't think that age really is a big factor for quarterbacks. Halfbacks, it is a big factor. Tight ends, it is a slight factor. Wide receivers, it's also a bigger factor. As with fullbacks, tackles, guards, centers can actually play pretty long without too much of a regression hit. And on defense, everybody stays the same apart from cornerbacks, who I feel like they are impacted a lot. Free safeties and strong safeties as well. Kickers and punters, of course not. The age of regression, I have slowed that down up to the age of 30, as you can see. And from then on, it is making leaps. All right, players just regress as they get older. But always depending on the positions. I love those sliders. I think it's super cool that EA implemented these. So I'm making heavy use of those to just create the most realistic experience here. Another setting that I want to show you are the gameplay sliders. I'm using my own sliders here. I'm just going to reset those. There we go. Boom. How do you import them? Well, very simply, you just click the triangle button, import custom sliders. There we go. And Bob's your uncle. The idea here is that the quarterback accuracy and the wide receiver catching is honed down a little bit, as are certain other factors like the interceptions. Otherwise, Madden really produces crazy numbers here. The CPU skill is more or less the same, just slightly better to create a realistic result. Looking at the special teams, power is higher, accuracy is just lower. That's just the way I said it. The injuries are higher at 53. You will really notice injuries in this setting. I think it just adds to the realism. The NFL is a tough league, and it's a tough sport, and injuries are just a part of the game. Fatigue is at 60, player threshold is at 47. That is something that's also important. Some of you have always been asking that. It sets a realistic base. And the penalties, just take a look at these. These are my settings. I just don't want to have certain penalties popping up all the time because I can't really impact those, like for instance a false start or an offside. I can't really impact that too much. So these are the base settings that the league has been constructed. But now let us dive into the team, because that's where the meat of this episode lies. Of course, I am cutting out weekly strategy in this episode, but just in this episode, to just short this a little bit. I will be doing weekly strategy every week from now on, of course. Looking at the roster, and I'm just going to be going through this. I think I'm going to be going through this here in this view here. Because you can also see the player ages and the overalls a little bit. We've got Andy Dalton here as a backup. Bryce Young, of course, as the starter here. And this is the first big thing that I will be changing, of course. Bryce Young has been the first overall pick, right? And I think he does have a lot of talent. I think he is really a pretty good quarterback in the making. But does he warrant that first round pick bonus that these picks usually get from EA? I think not, and that is why I will be putting him down to a star dev trait. It's not a superstar dev trait. I'm going to be putting him as a star. I think that just really reflects what his season has been like, and I do want to have that realism in the game as well. He should have progress. He will be progressing. He will be my starter, no questions asked. But he's not a superstar. He just hasn't shown enough compared to CJ Stroud, for instance. The running back room, we've got Miles Sanders, we've got Chuba Hubbard, Raheem Blackshear. I like all three. They're not too old. These two here are decent enough, close to the 80 mark. We've got Raheem Blackshear, who is 69 rated. So yeah, he's a decent backup. Not bothering too much with these players here. We have a fullback, that's Giovanni Ricci, 26 and 62 rated. So that's going to work. We have the wide receiver group. That's a little bit big, if you ask me. Adam Thielen leading the charge here, 33 of age, 84 overall mentor. He's my best wide receiver. Behind him, we've got DJ Chark. We've got Laviska Shenault Jr., who's injured. We've got Jonathan Mingo. This is a rookie with a hidden dev trait. We've got Terrace Marshall Jr. We've got Emil Smith-Marset and Mike Strachan. Looking at the ages, I really like those, right? I like Terrace Marshall Jr. age. I like Jonathan Mingo's age. Laviska Shenault also, that's good. DJ Chark should be higher developed. Looking at his age, at age 26, I like to have players at around the 80 mark already, but whatever. Adam Thielen's here as well, and down here, I mean, these two, I don't think that they'll get too much play time, but they're just here, and I will be using them as I see fit. Thinking about Mike Strachan, I have some thoughts here. I'm going to show you what I mean later on. Tight ends, we've got Hayden Hurst. He's injured, so Ian Thomas is going to be the starting tight end. We've got Tommy Tremble here. We've got Stephen Sullivan, and we've got JJ Jansen, who, of course, is the long snapper. They always make them super lowly rated. I don't really get this. I don't understand this. At least make him usable for something. Looking at this, there is just no way that I can use him. He's on the team because of realism's sake, but it doesn't even make a difference. So I will release him immediately. I don't see the benefit of keeping a player around that is this horrible. Plus, the tight end room is big enough as it is already. All right, the quality is a completely different beast. Hayden Hurst is decent enough, but Ian Thomas, 27.71, that is just horrible. Tommy Tremble, 23.71, I can work with that. 26.65, horrible. The left tackle, Ike Ekwonu, he's a superstar dev trait player, 22 and 81. Spoiler alert, he's the best offensive line player I have, so I'm pretty happy with this. David Sharp as a backup, yeah, let's just work with this. I don't care too much. Ike Ekwonu at the starter, that is important. Left guard, Brady Christensen currently injured, 26.73. So Justin McCray is here. We've got Chandler Zavala, who's also injured. That's a rookie. And Il Manning, that's another rookie. So you can immediately see that this is a very questionable situation here. I will be putting some faces on these dudes here because I just hate those silhouette players. At center, we've got Bradley Boseman, 28.72. Decent enough center. Behind him, Cade Mays with 1 year experience, 24.63. He will have to grow quickly because I think Bradley Boseman will not be around for much longer. Right guard, Austin Corbett, 27 and 76. Injured as well. Nash Jensen is my starter here. That's a rookie out of North Dakota State. Right tackle, Taylor Moton, 29 and 83. Again, teaming up with Ike Ekwonu, and I gave Ike Mekwonu. I said he was the best player on the offensive line. That's due to the superstar ability that he has, and Taylor Moton being 29, so he will be regressing very quickly. Ricky Lee, that's a rookie, 24 and 57. Not the best picks, I would say, overall, but whatever. We're going to work with what we have here. On the defensive side, Chris Wormley is my starting left edge, 29.73. We've got Deshaun Williams here as well, and Nick Thurman. Again, quality is horrible, especially this room is really bad. Look at how the ages, look at how the overalls. It's just a really, really sad situation to be in the left edge room here. On the right edge, Derek Brown is here, 25.88. I'm very happy with this. He's a really good player. And what's that freaking name? LeBrian Ray. All right, LeBrian Ray, got that done. But is the backup here. I don't care too much about this. Derek Brown certainly is going to be having a lot of the heavy lifting here. On D-tackle, Henry Anderson, 32.74. That is really brutal. As my best D-tackle, and he's out injured. So behind him, we've got Shai Tuttle, 27.71, and Tristan Hill, 25 and 69. Might as well just go with Tristan Hill, right? Just say fuck it, just use him over Shai Tuttle. He's almost as good, and he's younger, so he will grow quicker. He is also a trade target young. Crazy that they've both been in the league for the same time and that they're actually not very well developed. Left outside linebacker, Marquise Haynes Sr., 29.71. Horrible. And DJ Johnson, that's a rookie. I will for sure be using the rookie here. Just want to give him a shot, see how he can develop the Oregon product. I like this, 24.69. Almost as good as Marquise Haynes Sr., but way younger. Middle linebackers, we have a ton. Shaq Thompson, 29.84, my best one. He's injured. Frankie Luvu, 26 and 81. Then we've got Dean Jones and Kemu Grugier-Hill. These are my starters, my 4 starters here. I don't really get the depth here. I don't understand why they have that many mid linebackers, but all right. Tay Davis, 27.65, really horrible. Klein Chirelis, that is a rookie as well. And we've got Chandler Wooten, who's injured at 24 and 55, so it's not going to have much of an impact here. I will be trying to implement the rookies more than some of these players here. I feel like I should be cutting 1 or 2 and using some practice squad players. I think I'm allowed to do that. Just keeping within the realm of what I will be doing here. Right outside linebacker, Brian Burns. This is fantastic, 25.86. Love the dude to bits. He just needs a new contract in this season, so that might be a challenge. We have Yetur Gross-Matos here, 25.72. We've got Amari Barno here out of the 2022 draft, so I like this as well. We've got Iku Leota, that's a rookie. And Luigi Villain. That's a funny name, actually, if you like the Super Mario universe. I feel like we have some flexibility here. We could slot some players over onto the left outside linebacker position because we are in dire need of some help over there. Without actually messing up too much of the initial setup here. The cornerback room is filled to the brim. As you can see, we've got JC Horn here as a best one, 23.86. And Dante Jackson, 27.80, both of which are like a lot. Super happy that they're here. 2 thumbs up. Shaquille Griffin, 28.76. Alrighty, he's a stalwart player, very experienced, decent enough. Troy Hill, also experienced, also decent enough. CJ Henderson, I like this dude, 24.74. Now we've got DiCaprio Bootle. And we've got Deshaun Jameson, that's a rookie as well, at age 24.65 rated. So a very, very mixed bunch here. Some older players that are not that convincing anymore. Some players that are nearing the 30-year mark. Just really strange. Free safety, Xavier Woods, 28.83. Love this one. Sam Franklin Jr., I could work with that. He's just a backup. Strong safeties, Von Bell, 28.80. And Jeremy Chin, 25.80. I like this setup. And we've got Jamie Robinson. That's another rookie here. When we take a look at the kicker, it's Eddie Pinheiro. Nothing special here. And Johnny Hecker as the punter. Actually not too unhappy with these two. We will be bringing in someone in the next offseason, I feel like. But not until their contracts run out. I will be seeing the contracts out as best I can. The practice squad, this is where I like to have players that I can draw up, pick up, and just fill holes in my starting lineup with. And it doesn't really look like I will be able to do that here because there's just not that much quality in here. Jake Verdi, I have a second kicker here. Who knows why? I've got Brady Breezy here. 25.66, a second strong safety, Ben DeLuca, 25.65. Jack Heflin, that's a D tackle. We've got Alex Cook, that's a rookie at strong safety, another strong safety. Let's go by position just to kind of illustrate the point here. A kicker, 3 strong safeties, a D tackle, Jack Heflin. I've got a right edge, Marcus Spencer, 26.63. I've got a left edge rookie, Antonio Moultrie. I've got a rookie, Xavier Smith here, that's a wide receiver. Another wide receiver, 24.61. And 3 freaking running backs, Kirk Merritt, Sarah Dorick Thompson Jr., that's a rookie. And Jordan Mims, that's another rookie. So you can see I do have a few rookies in here in my practice squad. What I will be doing now is I will be just taking a look in how I can incorporate that. And I'm thinking of maybe just cutting 1 or 2 players here from the starting lineup, especially in positions where I have too much depth anyways. I will not be signing new players from other teams. I will not be trading here. I will be using what I have. I just don't think this is deep enough at the moment. You know, just having 2 quarterbacks, that might get thin very quickly. 3 here does work for me. The wide receivers, there are some question marks in here. Someone like Mike Strachan. I don't really get the point here at age 26 and 65 overall. I'd rather use one of those rookie dudes in here. Same goes for some of these here. Stephen Sullivan, I don't think I'll be using him. So I'd rather bring in some depth here. I do have a lot of depth at certain positions that I don't really understand. For instance, somebody like Justin McCray, I could see myself cutting him. I won't be doing that though. But I really want to incorporate some of those practice squad dudes. Especially the rookies. I want to pull those up. I want to see what those can do, and I just want to see how far we can get with these. So we're going to be doing that straight away. Sign him from the practice squad. Yes, let's just see if we can get some hidden gems here and maybe develop these players into being solid enough to really play for us. If not, I don't care too much. We will be kind of just adding them to the practice squad again. I need to be able to compare them though, so that is something that we will have to be doing here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this in the video. I'm going to cut this if it gets too long, the process of doing this. And there's Jordan Mims, the other rookie at running back. So, of course, now we're 4 players over the limit. Jake Verity, for instance, this is a dude I don't understand why we have him in the team here. I don't understand the idea of having him on the roster. So I will release him. I am allowed to do that. So there we go. I don't really need him. And looking at the roster now, 2 quarterbacks works for me. The running backs, I think we need to do something here. We've got these 2 rookies sitting here. Again, looking at the whole situation, I feel like maybe Jordan Mims is one that should be in the practice squad. He's 24-61. He doesn't really warrant being around in the first team when I look at the full picture. Fullback, that works. The wide receivers, again, we've got a lot of dudes here. Looking at these down here, I think Mike Strachan is one that should leave. He's 25 years old. He's 65 rated. I have a rookie here that's almost as good, and he's a year younger, which is pretty old for a rookie if you ask me, but whatever. We're going to move him, Mike Strachan, to the practice squad, actually. We can do that so we don't have to cut him. In the tight end room, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 dudes here. Stephen Sullivan, this is a player that I would actually love to move to the practice squad or just cut, but I don't want to do that at this point in time. Don't want to change the look of the team too much. Justin McCray, question mark. Chandler Zavala and Il Manning. I'd rather use the 2 rookies here than the old dude here, especially since one of the rookies is as good already. At center, we're looking nice. Right guard, alright. Right tackle, alrighty. At left edge, we've got Chris Wormley. We've got Deshaun Williams. I don't really understand this setup, by the way. We've got Nick Thurman here, 28-63. And Antonio Moultrie. Again, I want to use the rookie here. Can I put Nick Thurman onto the practice squad? I cannot, but I think I will just let him go. At age 28, I don't see the benefit of keeping him around. On right edge, we're set. On D-tackle, I think we are set as well. Left outside linebacker situation looks as good as it can, maybe. On the mid linebacking group, let's see. Is there anybody here that I don't actually really feel too comfortable about? There is, for instance, this dude Chandler Wooten. Can I put him on the practice squad? Yes, I can. I'm going to be doing that. Just get him out of here. I don't really think that he will be playing a big role. Next up, right outside linebackers, Eku Leota and Luigi Villain. I think Luigi Villain will not be playing a big part in this team just due to his overall. He's injured anyways, so let's move him to the practice squad. And I think we now have hit the number of players we are allowed. Let's just take a quick look here. Deshaun Jameson, that's a rookie. I've got DiCaprio Bootle here. What a name. Can I put him on the practice squad? Is that yes, we can. All right, so let's put him on to the practice squad as well. I feel like now we should have hit our target. Just taking a look here at free safety, taking a look at strong safety. We now have quite a few dudes here, both of which I don't think those will be playing a role here. So I will be putting Alex Cook onto the practice squad as well. And now we're down to the 53 that we're allowed to have. I will be bringing in maybe one or two eligible players onto the practice squad just from the outside. I think this is a waste here, by the way, having Amari Barno, Eku Leota, Yitu Gross-Matos. I want to have one of these dudes over on the left outside linebacking position. You've got DJ Johnson here, who's a rookie, but I feel like if we put Yitu Gross-Matos over onto the left side in the depth chart, we could kind of backfill it there. Gonna leave the positions as is for the time being. I will be setting the depth chart off camera. I don't really want to go too much into detail here. Setting the season goal. Here we go. The season goal is just, I mean, they didn't even get 4 wins, all right? So the target has to be getting 4 wins to beat history. But we want to be a little bit ambitious here. So we're going to try and go for 7 wins. I know this is really reaching for it. But yeah, we're going to go for 7 wins. That would be a respectable season, something like a mid-table spot. That is what I'm going to go for here. Again, taking a look at the free agents quickly here. Is there anybody, and I'm not going to be going for any of these dudes here. I know they're available. I know that they're free agents. I know that they would help us, but I'm not going to do that. I will be going for practice squad eligible players only. This is basically my shtick. So let's see. Justin Ross looks actually not too bad. Tyrion Davis-Price, a running back, is 22. I would like to have some younger dudes on the practice squad that I might be able to then use. I can't use anybody on the practice squad because the practice squad is full probably. Amari Rogers, love the dude. I would really like to bring him in, use him. Maybe let's do that later on in the season. For now, I'm going to leave it as is. But he's just a fantastic player. If you're looking for a very, very good wide receiver, I brought him in on the Titans franchise, and he's my wide receiver number 2 with an 80 rating. So he's really, really good, very, very reliable, and yeah, let's see how that pans out. Opening day keys, we're going to take care of that, and then we're going to be off to the first game, the season opener against the Atlanta Falcons. It's opening day this week, and a fresh start for every team around the league, and you'll be facing the Falcons. What's the key to victory? Well, I think defense has to be the answer here. It all starts with defense. We plan on making their offense uncomfortable and keeping them off the scoreboard as much as possible. Will we be able to do that? I have no idea. You mentioned make their offense uncomfortable. Where does that start? Well, I think we're going to try and disrupt the pass. It's a little bit easier than stuffing the run. We want to control the skies. Great pass defense leads to a lot of great things. It makes it much harder for them to score and win the game. So there we go. Air control, beat the Falcons, allow less than 200 yards passing. Both will be hard to reach. All right, defensive game plan will be taken into consideration by the CPU, I hope. Usually I take care of that, but here I will be allowing the CPU to do that. All right, everything is set. I also went over the depth chart, and while I did that, I noticed this. We are missing so many players. We are missing so many players, some of which are going to be out for the entirety of the season here. All right, so many are on the injured reserve list, which is why we kind of have so many players around. We will be taking a look at bringing some of these back here. These are preseason injuries that carry over. We will have to do this week by week and kind of build the roster as best we can. But we really had a bunch of players in there that I wouldn't have put in there otherwise. But yeah, this is part of the game. And just to give you an idea, these are almost all positions are hit by this. All right. Almost each position has a player that is injured and that is missing. Most of these players are starters, so not gonna be sugarcoating anything here. Just want to put that out there. This is a horrible team, and yeah, we're just gonna have to try and do the best we can. With that said and done, let's head into the game now. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, today's venue for this game here. It's the NFL kickoff, and the Panthers. Bryce Young, first overall pick, will be playing against Desmond Ridder. Number 9 against number 9. And here we go. Adam Thielen, hype up. And some of the defensive players. I did change the uniforms. It's the first season. It's a regular season. It's the 2023 season. So we're just going to go with the base standard uniforms for the current season. Away for the Panthers. Home for the Falcons, who have this really nice all-black uniform. I also kind of like the Panthers uniform. Although I would personally change one or two things about it, but who's asking? Doesn't really matter. We also have the standard coach models because nobody has been fired yet for this season. So a lot of realism at the beginning of this season here for this franchise series. Kicking off the way the real season started. We are just trying to change the course of history. No biggie. It's a new playbook, alright? So please bear with me on this one here. The Titans, I could probably tell you which plays were good with the players I had. Here we have to get to know the players. We have to get to know the plays. And here we go. Miles Sanders pushing forward. Picking up something like 9 yards here. And quick tackle happening from the Falcons defense. We're going to start with the run game, just trying to get that established. Yikes! Chuba Hubbard. We had to adjust towards the right-hand side, and he's slow to get up. The notable inactives out for the season, Shaq Thompson and Hayden Hurst. This is going to hurt us. We're going to miss these players really badly. I put Mingo as my wide receiver number 2, by the way. Tremble is my starting tight end. There we go. I just want to have a 23-year-old develop maybe a little bit quicker here. You can see Bijan Robinson with the cool hairdo. Fantastic running back. Fantastic running back. Really, really great dude. There we go. Let's go. Hubbard. Left-hand side. Here we go. This is a great opening, by the way. Oh, this is good. Oh, can we escape? Up to the 30. Yes, we can. All right. Flowers takes us down. Is that Trey Flowers? I think it is. The first season is always strange because you start out with a roster that the real league has, but the overalls in the game aren't always really indicative of the quality of a team. I remember when I did my my LA Rams franchise series, I started that basically after the draft happened, and it was the season they came off the Super Bowl. Yes, they lost a few players like Von Miller or so, but for the most part, there weren't really too many changes on the roster, right? But it was a horrible season. We just struggled so much because certain players were just really badly rated. Matt Stafford being one of them. And so the first season here is going to be getting to know the team, kind of deciding which players work, which players don't work. Yeah, currently I'm just going to go with the run game. That is the safest option currently. I will try and get some plays into our rookie, of course. And here we go. Miles Sanders, can we evade? And yes, we can. We step into the end zone for the first time in this season, away from home. Putting it down. the overalls aren't always that much of a real indicator of how good a player is or how good a team will be. Miles Sanders kind of had a really bad season in real life. But right now, we get a score, and that is good. And here we go. Our defense manages to stop them. That is a biggie. All right, at the 11-yard line, we get the ball back. We're going to go left immediately here. Pressure coming. We find the gap. We find the gap. Taken down here at the 26, though. Number 27, that's Grant. Richie Grant coming in, getting the stop done. The offensive line is actually working a little bit better than I had expected it to. So we're going to take that for what it's worth. And yeah, we're not going to complain about that. Because why would we? As we enter the second quarter, gonna go left here. Here we go. I'm kind of not looking forward to the point in time when injuries will start mounting. Because that's the point in time when you will really see the lack in depth that this team has. The starters, actually, and some of the backups aren't horrible per se. But when you take a look at the backup players, you will quickly get to appreciate the fact that they are sorely in need of really solid players. All right, I think we're going to try the inside zone, right-hand side run here. Here we go. Just breaking through here. Oof, pull back here. 5 rushes so far for Chuba Hubbard. Doing well, 160 yards, 41 is where we find ourselves. Let's go the shallow cross. Let's see how we can get this one done. It's going to be Mingo going from left to right. Pressure is on, and that is a ball drop. Well, that wasn't a hard pass, was it? That was not a hard pass to catch. Now let's go. 73. I need a block. Can we escape Miles Sanders? 3rd and 3. Yes, we can. Here we go. Bryce Young looking motivated as we head into the 2-minute drill here. Time is going by quickly in this game. Really quickly. Do we try the double slants? Do we try trail shake? Let's try trail shake. Gonna have Thielen, gonna have Ian Thomas here on the short. Yeah, that is a throw straight into coverage. And Ellis just picks this one off. I don't really know why that play made sense to me, but looking back, it doesn't. Johnny Hecker. First kick of this season here, or first punt, to be precise. And Shaquille Griffin can't stop the ball from tumbling into the end zone, so Desmond Ridder and the Falcons offense gets the ball at the 20-yard line. Here we go. Our defense manages to turn it over. That is actually pretty surprising. That's a free pass if I ever saw one here. Hubbard, left, finding the space, and we're going to be in uncontested run here. The Falcons defense is abysmal. When we look at our offense and you see how easily we're getting through that, I think that just says a lot. All right, here we go. Let's see. Do we get the ball back again in the first half? Yes. You suffer. You suffer a touchdown here. Getting into field goal range would help our cause tremendously. Inside zone run. Chuba Hubbard. We have 3 timeouts left. So let's go here. We evade. Can we sidestep? Nope. Taking it down here. 30 seconds to go. Chuba Hubbard does a really good job here. A really good job. Let's go the gun drive. Oh, we're going to stop the clock. 13 seconds is not enough time to get into field goal range if we don't stop the clock here. I'd like a 17 versus 7 lead here. I'm going to try a slip screen. Looking for Hubbard. Trying to run and then step outside. Somewhere past the logo would be awesome. Is that? That's going to be a roughing the passer, right? Penalty. It's going to be a holding. You got to be kidding me. Ep.1, not well done. Not well done. 1st and 20. We can kiss that field goal goodbye. Right, let's try the play action boot flood. Looking for Sullivan. He's going to head over towards that right-hand side. Or do we just run it? I think we'll just run it. Oof, pushed outside. 2 seconds to go. Stepping outside. This is going to be a crazy long field goal that we would never make. I have to take a look here. In the deep pass section, there are the verticals. We're going to try this one here. This is a play that usually works extremely well with the Titans, but I've got an X factor tied in there. And that might be the difference maker. We get forward, we get stopped. I can't call a timeout anymore. And this is the end to the first half. But we're going to remember this play. We're going to remember this play. Arthur Smith kind of going, whoa, what just happened? What just happened here? Passing yards way better for the Panthers. We're still going to run it inside. And we're going to defend the short pass. Those are the most promising ones that offer the least amount of debuffs. Perfectly timed. Johnny Hecker just putting the ball all the way back there. Catch, knee, and there we go. Unsurprising. Unsurprising. We're going to start at 25. Let's see how that works out. Come on, defense. All right, we get the ball at the 2, which is pretty close to our own goal, I would say. I don't want to see a safety, so we'll just try and run it out here. Is there a block? Chuba Hubbard powers forward for 7 yards. Good game. Good game so far for our number 30. Inside zone, left-hand side. Here we go. First down. First down and then some. And then it is Jesse Bates, right? The X Factor back there. I think that's Jesse Bates Jr. Just coming around, stopping the run. We were twisting, turning, weaving our way through the defense here until the secondary comes in and stops us. All right, a mesh spot. We're going to try and get some passing out of Bryce Young here. We've got DJ Chark, Thomas Thielen. All right, there we go. The veteran player, formerly with the Vikings. I know him very well from the Crusaders franchise that I did on Madden 23. It was a very fun franchise. Not allowed to sign any players under the age of 30 and only allowed to sign free agents. So that was fun. The blocking here is exceptionally well. I get caught up on the foot of number 80. Otherwise, I would have been clean through again. So the run game definitely the way to go today. Falcons not really finding a recipe to stop us here. But who cares, right? Who cares? I don't. Alright, boom. Miles Sanders stopped. There we go. Well, the Falcons did well. Did well to stop us there. We're going to try and set up a pass play here, though. Something like a boot slide. Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Can you imagine that? Boot slide. There we go. Going to be looking for Jonathan Mingo. First round pick. Looking for the second round pick. And I don't even know what that pass was supposed to be. But 4 and 7, 54 yards. That is not going to be enough to really warrant a good rating here for our quarterback. Ian Thomas going right to left. And that is poor accuracy. Otherwise, we would have been clean through. 4th and 11. And we're going to have to field goal this one here. And I'm actually bricking it. Wow. And wow. And it's going to be imprecise. Shit. That's on me. That is on me. I'm so used to having Evan McPherson here. who's a superstar. He has that super slow build-up. He has a really thick line in between, and here we go. They do score a field goal. Luckily, it's nothing worse than that. Let's go. DJ Chark. Go, 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 go. Catch, turn, and stopped here. I think that the Panthers just leveraged everything on Bryce Young. And by doing so, they kind of opened themselves up here, giving away a lot of draft capital to the Bears. And also giving away one of their best receivers, which was probably a really bad idea. Alright, Ian Thomas. Actually, not too bad. Some of these plays look incredibly complicated. Just going to try and simplify that a little bit here. Yikes! Number 55 was coming through. That's Ellis. Wasn't about to be fooled. Wasn't about to be fooled. Let's try a wide zone as we're hit with a 2-minute warning. Basically, a field goal would give me some peace of mind. A touchdown would secure the game for us. Miles Sanders, we get through here. Can we get further? No. Timeout called. All right, there we go. They're trying to conserve some of their precious time. Make sure to get back at us again. Oh, yikes! I tried to be clever here, but they absolutely didn't swallow the bait there. Didn't do that. All right, Miles Sanders, let's go. Finding a gap here is difficult. 3rd and 4. Quick slant. Let's go. Or are we? No, we're not going to do that. 3rd and 4. Cover 4 yards in. Ooh, that was by a hair's breadth as we get out of there. Covering 4 yards in 2 tries is what I wanted to say. It's not the prettiest game ever played, but it's also not the worst. We will be doing some clock management now. I'm not keen on having to battle this team with only a few seconds remaining. So we're going to let the clock run down just a little bit here. I'm pretty surprised with how well the offensive line was holding up. Very surprised. I'm also really thinking hard of which players we will be bringing back from injured reserve, because there were quite a few players in there that I actually couldn't care less if they don't return. There's a few that I feel like would be good if they would return, so just have to kind of find the silver bullet in there. And some more 20 minutes to roll down here. It was a very pass heavy game. I admit that I relied heavily on the run game. Not really trusting Bryce Young that much yet, as Miles Sanders does get through here. And here we go. I don't know if you saw it down below, but we had an interesting statistic. Ryan Tannehill got a win here with the Titans, so he was playing, and it was 16-18, so no Will Levis playing for them. That is the first thing I did when I took over the Titans. I kind of put Tannehill as a backup player and installed Levis immediately. Why draft a new quarterback if you're not going to use him, right? Oh, this is coming down super quick. But here we go. Eddie Pinheiro scores this one here. 17-10. And the Falcons will lose this game. We will take our first win on the road. And I'm going to be happy with that. So far, we're still on track with the real performance that the Panthers delivered. As soon as we step past 3 or 4 wins, we're going to be overperforming. So there we go. Desmond Ridder has to suffer the loss here. And we are going to take the win on the road. As I said before, it wasn't a very pass-heavy game. at least for us, all right? 10 attempts, 6 completions, 65% completion rate, 65 yards, 60% completion rate, 66 completion rate for Desmond Ridder, but he did suffer an interception. On the rushing side, who was great? Well, Chuba Hubbard was fantastic, while Sanders was great as well. They did the heavy lifting today, combining for over 220 yards. Bijan, 23 yards, not getting a lot done here. Bryce Young, a 9-yard scramble there. He can do that. We have to remember that. For the Falcons, Scotty Miller, Mac Hollins. A really, really horrible receiving core, if you ask me. But there we go. Drake London's really good. But some of the others, Jesus freaking Christ, man. Just really horrible. Jonathan Mingo had that drop that was really uncontested. I don't really know what went on there. Looking at our offensive line, right? We got pancake blocks, Ike Mekwonu, Bradley Boseman, Jake Matthews. 1 sack allowed by Jake Matthews. On defense, we had Jesse Bates and Shaquille Griffin getting the solo tackle lead here. The crown goes to Caden Ellis, mid linebacker number 55 out of Idaho. Tackles for loss 2 for Landman and Bates. 1 QB sack for Derek Brown, well done, and 1 interception for JC Horn. That was great. Kicking, we did miss a field goal, but that was more or less entirely on me and not really on Eddie. Derek Brown. And they say it's a passing league. We dominated out there, and games like that are a nice boost of confidence for the secondary. Yeah, well done. I completely forgot about that, by the way. You guys did a great job out there. If we're able to sustain that for the whole year, we're going to be capable of beating anybody. Let's see how that goes. Well, failure to launch. All defensive backs earned 4,500 XP. That is a great boost. Game plan executed. 10 staff points. That's great as well. So far, I would say we're on track with changing the course of history here. I like this. For the time, I like this. We have to see how that works over the next few weeks. We do have an interesting schedule coming up, but in the NFC South at least, we got the first win in there. That was super important. Apart from that, I'm going to end the episode here. It's a long one anyways. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like. Do subscribe. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. It really means a lot to me. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Really making this special for me. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay awesome and see you next time.